Hey guys, how's it going? It is S2G and welcome to the first episode of the brand new Everton Career Mode series. I am genuinely so hyped to get this series underway because I feel like it's going to be a tremendous challenge competing with Everton in the Premier League against the likes of City, Man United, Chelsea, Arsenal. I feel like it's going to be extremely challenging, but at the same time, a lot of fun. The goal is to take Everton from, where they are right now, which is probably a mid-table club, a club that, finishes in the top 8, to a club that competes for top 4, potentially even for the title, and maybe even in the Champions League. And I'm hoping we can achieve all that in this series. We're also going to try and build the best possible team, and also develop some youngsters. So if you guys are excited for this series, make sure to show your support by dropping a like on this video. That'd be greatly appreciated. And if you're watching my content for the very first time, do subscribe for more FIFA 19 career mode content. I'm actually going to run this series in a bit of a different way in comparison to what I've normally done on YouTube with my career modes, but I feel like it's going to be a lot more entertaining. Hopefully it is for you guys. So instead of going through the traditional route of like playing through a season in like 20 episodes or so, we're going to be getting through half a season in every single episode. So in today's episode, you guys are going to get the transfer window, the summer transfer window, and then also games until the January transfer window. And we're going to be doing this every episode, so we will get through seasons a lot faster in this Everton career mode and make a ton of progress and hopefully achieve a lot of success. So I'm so hyped for this format. Let's see how it does. And also, yes guys, we are going to be playing this on ultimate difficulty, which is going to be tremendously challenging because Everton aren't that good. But let's see how we can do. For the first season, I'm kind of keeping my objective to finish in the top 4, with a few signings of course. But anyways, let's take a look at the team we have at our disposal. Okay, so this is the team we have, and it's pretty decent in a lot of departments. Sigurdsson is brilliant, Bernard, Richarlison. Cenk Tosun I'm not too convinced with, but that midfield is decent with Gay and Gomez. The defense is looking good as well, and on the bench, some talented players like Lookman, Calvert-Lewin as well, Davies, Schneiderlin is decent as well, Yerry Mina of course. But there are quite a bit of players I'm looking to get rid of, like, McCarthy, Niase, and a few of these youngsters who I believe don't really have that much potential. So there's a lot of work to do. With a budget of about £56 million though, I feel like we can make some decent signings. Do let me know your transfer suggestions for, of course, the January window, which will be in the next episode. But let's get into some transfer business right now. I'm sure you guys already know that I'm not really impressed with Cenk Tosun because I feel like he's not really a great striker in this game. He's aging as well. I feel like bringing in Iñaki Williams from Athletic Bilbao could be a tremendous transfer. For £27.9 million, it feels like a steal. His pace can cause opposing defenses a ton of problems. So the contract we're agreeing upon, crucial squad role, 5-year contract length, £83,000 per week, and a signing bonus of £730,000. So pretty good contract, pretty expensive, but I feel like it's worth it. 24-year-old Iñaki Williams will be joining Everton and wearing the number 9. Moving on, I am still looking to improve the attack because I don't really believe in Theo Walcott. He is at Everton right now, but I just don't feel it's good enough. So going for the youngster from Ajax, David Neres, for about £24 million seems like a brilliant deal. He's got a stunning left foot. He's got 5-star skills if I'm not wrong as well. For a wage of £58,000 per week, it seems like a bit of a steal. So David Neres as well has made his way to Everton. So far, we've done some pretty good business in this first window. Of course, this series will be very fast paced, so keep that in mind. So this is the team we have right now, and I don't think I'll be making any more signings in, of course, this window, because now I want to make signings in the January transfer window when I get feedback from you guys regarding transfers. So this is the team we're going to be running. We've sold off a few players that I talked about. We're still looking to sell Cenk Tosun, but we have sold, I think, McCarthy, and I'm hoping we can continue selling players. One more thing, guys. We are going to hire a scout. I know you guys want me to focus on the youth academy in this series because as we're going to be doing a lot of seasons with Everton, I feel like getting a youth scout should be priority, and we've done that. We've brought in an English scout. I'm sending the scout to England in hopes of getting some talented footballers. Now though, time to start off the season with our first Premier League game of the season. Now of course, because we're trying to do half a season every episode, I'm not going to be showing you guys all the highlights for gameplay. You guys will be getting to see just the goals. So in this one against Wolves, we start off pretty strong with Sigurdsson scoring a fabulous goal. He is so good in this game. Watch out for this guy because he scores a shit ton of goals for us. But unfortunately, we do concede. Defending problems once again evident here at Wolves because our defense is not that high rated. Maybe through training and all, they will be great, but right now it's a bit dodgy as we concede another one to Wolves, which means our first Premier League game of the season ends on a bit of a sad note as we lose to Wolves. But we pick things up by getting a solid win against Southampton. Sigurdsson grabs himself a brace. A draw against Bournemouth, not that great, but 1-1 with Sigurdsson scoring, not bad. Sigurdsson has already scored, 4 goals for us so far? But anyways, here's a bit of a look on how we've done in the transfer window. We've brought in Iñaki Williams and David Neres, but we've still sold off quite a bit of players. We do have about 20 million in our transfer budget. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to sell so soon, which means we're going to have to keep him for the half season. Anyways, 4-1 against Huddersfield, not bad at all. We're pushing on, getting some solid results. And also training. These are the players I will be training throughout the course of this season. Williams, Richarlison, Davies, Lookman, Neres. You guys have probably guessed these are the most talented players we have in the team, and that is why I want to train them. We're going to be playing this one against West Ham, and it doesn't really start off well. The funny thing is, the games that I'm simulating we're now going to be playing this one against West Ham, and the funny thing is, the games that I'm simulating, I'm able to win them pretty easily, but the ones that I'm playing, I'm really struggling. We lost to Wolves, and it looks like we're going to have the same outcome here against West Ham as they're going to go 2-0 up against us. Felipe Anderson crosses this one to Lucas Perez, who scores his second of the game. Thankfully, we do have a bit of time in this one left to try and, you know, make the comeback possible, but it's going to be difficult. You guys know I'm using the 4-2-3-1 formation. It's taking me time to adjust with the players that we have, as David Neres puts in a brilliant cross to Gylfi Sigurdsson, who scissor kicks it home. I'm not even sure whether it was a bicycle kick or a scissor kick, but it was absolutely phenomenal from the Icelandic Cam as he scores a wonder goal for us to give us a bit of hope. David Neres with the assist for this one. He gets it on his left foot, and his left foot is brilliant. And Gylfi Sigurdsson, take a bow. I told you guys to keep an eye out for this guy because he is absolutely brilliant in this game. But unfortunately, our happiness was short-lived as West Ham take the lead, making it 3-1. 58 minutes into this one. Although we might be able to get back in this game as Gylfi Sigurdsson fakes shots, now takes it outside, goes for the finesse shot, and Gylfi Sigurdsson scores another goal for us. This guy is an absolute goal machine, and at this moment he is the top scorer of the Premier League, which is actually crazy. Now the West Ham have a chance to potentially make it 4-2, and they do exactly that. Pedro Obiang with the goal. 4-2 West Ham, and it's disappointing because we were just playing some good football and getting into the game. But we might have a chance to potentially put a bit of pressure on West Ham by scoring now. Gylfi Sigurdsson with a bit of skill goes for the shot with his left foot and scores a banging goal. 4-3 now. But is there time? Unfortunately not. Gylfi Sigurdsson, though, his hat-trick does get rewarded as he picks up the match ball. He's actually been brilliant and my favorite player so far in this series. I've created like a second team sheet for, you know, the games that we're going to be simulating in the Carabao Cup, so you guys can take a look at that. You know, Calvert-Lewin, it's got Tom Davies and all. But anyways, as we move on, we get ourselves a 4-1 win against Fulham, which is nice. Sigurdsson again scoring, and Richarlison, a player that I'm so hyped about. I feel like he's going to be massive for us in a few seasons, as he may be involved in a goal here. Ball played out wide to David Neres, who's again been brilliant in this game. Puts in across to Richarlison, and there you go. Another sensational goal in this series. I told you guys, there is a ton of incredible gameplay in this series as Richarlison scores a bicycle kick against Arsenal, and this could be our first win of the series in terms of actually playing the game, and I am super excited about that as we now push on, continue getting them wins. I'm going to be showing you guys the league table soon. 2-1 against Leicester City. A bit of an injury here, a setback of course, as Michael Keane is going to be out for the next 6 weeks, but with Yerry Mina in the team, it shouldn't be that much of a problem, as we also managed to beat Crystal Palace 2-0. Nice to see Iñaki Williams finally score in a game that we've simmed, although this one against Manchester United kind of shows we've got long ways to go before we can actually become a top team. Alexis Sanchez scores early on, and then this guy Chong, who seems like Fellaini reborn or his son or something like that, plays it into Lukaku, who just blasts that one home. I mean, the power behind that shot was honestly incredible. Within 12 minutes, United have made it 2-0, and it just got worse for us. Another chance for them, and well, they make it 3-0, which is really frustrating. It's this Fellaini's son, or I don't know what to call him. He just looks like Fellaini, but he scores and makes it 3-0. It's this guy Chong. I've never heard of him, but he makes it 3-0 for United. But we do manage to get ourselves a consolation goal with Andre Gomez. The loanee, of course, former Barcelona player, or should I say Barcelona flop, does score for us to give us a bit of a consolation goal. But that was definitely a frustrating one. Schneiderlin disappointed with this game time, but with how good Gay is, there's no way he's getting into that team. But this is how things look right now in the Premier League after 10 games. And tell you what, we've been doing well. We have really benefited from the fact that most of the games that we've simmed, we've actually managed to get the win from those. So that's really helped us propel into the top 4. And let's hope that can continue. As it does, we beat Brighton 3-1. Sigurdsson again scores. End of the episode, I will be showing you guys the stats, and you guys will be surprised with how many goals our players have actually scored. Ken Tosun, an offer comes for him finally. I countered with about 20 million to AS Roma, and there you go, they've actually accepted that, so that should give us a good amount of money to work with in the upcoming window. For some weird reason, I don't know what was going in my head, I decided to sim this one against Chelsea, but hey, we managed to win that, and we also beat Cardiff as well, 4-0, so we're balling out right now in the Premier League, and let's hope that can continue as we've got now a massive game, Merseyside derby against Liverpool, and we kinda do what Liverpool do. We countered them from a corner as we played a long ball to David Neres, who puts it into the back of the net. That was so similar to what Salah does in real life. And yeah, we've actually Liverpooled Liverpool, which is a bit crazy, but what a goal from David Neres, who's such a good footballer in this game. I'm really enjoying using him as, again, we're on the attack. Calvert-Lewin gets a start in the Merseyside derby as he plays this one out wide to David Neres, who has actually managed to score a brace against Liverpool. What a signing this has been, guys. He's going to be something special for us in this series. I don't think I'm ever going to sell him. Really nice to get such a comfortable win against Liverpool, and I'm sure you guys will be surprised about this. Andre Gomez actually wins Player of the Month. He's only on loan, but I don't see us signing him next season. He's good, he's decent, but I feel like we can do better. But I'm glad to have him at the club right now because he's doing a decent job, as David Neres again scores a brace as we get a 3-1 result against Watford. We now play Man City, who I thought were going to give us a big challenge, but we end up dominating them, at least in these early few minutes, as Iñaki Williams scores a really good header. I mean, he should have initially scored, but on the rebound, when he just wasn't even looking at the goal and he managed to put that one into the back of the net, that was actually brilliant, as Richarlison may have an opportunity to add to his goal tally against Man City in the 16th minute of this one, and that is a fabulous finesse shot from the Brazilian, as Everton now lead 2-0 against Manchester City, which is absolutely fantastic. But City weren't giving up. Pep Guardiola's teams never give up. Here's Raheem Sterling down the wings. We do get the tackle off, but that's awful defending as cross played in to Gabriel Jesus, who's not one who heads goals regularly, but this one he does put into the back of the net in a pretty good manner, as Man City are back in it. But we might have a chance now, and look at this pace on the counter-attack. This team is lethal, as Sigurdsson gets the shots off, takes a tiny bit of deflection, but the goal does get credited to, of course, Gylfi Sigurdsson, as we lead 3-1 against Man City. Not bad at all. We are balling out against City, but City back in it as Aguero scores in the 80th minute. Well, good goal from him, but thankfully that was all that happened in that game, and we also get ourselves a solid win against Man City. Risk of losing 3 players. Now, this is where you guys get involved. Should we renew Leighton Baines and, of course, Stekelenburg, or even Phil Jagielka's contract? Let me know in the comment section. Everton beat Newcastle 4-0, not bad. We now have a tough game against Tottenham, and this is the December period for you guys to know, which means we're going to have to use like our second team in a few games here and there, and that causes us a lot of problem, especially in this game, as Tottenham score a fabulous goal. I mean, the way Harry Kane just chested that one down, and then Eriksen just volleyed it home, was absolutely sensational, as here again Tottenham on the attack, and Harry Kane, unbelievable striker, as he makes it 2-0, and this game we're getting absolutely battered by Spurs, and it looks like our crazy win streak is going to be coming to an end, as here's David Neres on the attack. Cuts inside, shoots, and gives us a bit of hope, as we are now back in this game. One more goal and we get ourselves the draw. Cutting inside is kind of like David Neres' specialty. He does it so often and he does it so well as well. He's kind of like our mini Messi, as to say, because he's that good doing that. 5-star skill moves certainly helps. And also, well, Tottenham make it 3-1. A bit of a scrappy goal. Disappointing, but hey, that's what happens. And suddenly in December, we kind of dropping off. We draw against Burnley as well away from home, which is a bit annoying. And then we lose to Brighton. So last 3 games we haven't won, but that's it for the games in today's episode, as we are now halfway through the season, 20 games played though, top of the league. What even is going on in the Premier League? I think our signings have made such an amazing impact, and that's now propelled us to top of the league, but it's going to be difficult in the next episode to, holding on to that spot. I'd love to win the league with Everton. It's been what, 25-30 years since Everton have won the league, and doing that in our first season could be absolutely unbelievable. But I'll be happy with the top 4 spot as well. We're also actually in the quarterfinals, in fact the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup. We knocked out Aston Villa, which was nice to see. We beat West Ham on penalties as well after the game ended in a 2-2 draw, and now we're going to be facing Leicester City in the next episode. I'm hoping we can win the Carabao Cup. Winning a couple of trophies in our first season would be really nice. So, in terms of top scorers in the Premier League, Sigurdsson with 13 goals. That is actually crazy. We've got Neres as well with 9, Iñaki Williams with 8. One thing, why are we doing so well? We've got 2 of our signings in the top 15 top scorer list. Obviously, we've got to be doing well. Also, top assisters list, we've got Andre Gomez in there with 7 assists. Neres as well with 6 assists. Our new signings have balled out, so I would consider the transfer window we had in the summer a massive success. And now it's up to you guys, because I'm going to be practically making the signings you want further on in this series. I've made a couple of signings on my own, and now it's up to you guys to help us make the signings. So Sigurdsson with 13 goals for us, our top scorer. And in terms of assists, is Gomez. Neres got a sizable contribution with 6 assists and 9 goals. He's been phenomenal for us, and I'm hoping it can continue going that way. In terms of how our players are growing, you guys can, pause the video if you want and check out the individual player growth. But it's nice to see players like Calvert-Lewin growing. I would love to have seen him go up by more than 1. But hey, it is what it is. Yerry Mina as well, up by 1. I couldn't really use him that often because I was loving the partnership of Zuma and Keane. But I reckon I should get used to Yerry Mina because Zuma is on loan. So probably next episode I'm going to be using Yerry Mina more often. We've got ourselves a youth squad monthly report. I'm going to be only showing you guys when we actually get talented players in our academy, removing all the filler stuff. So Oscar Murphy looks decent and Isaac Cook looks decent. Only 2 talents from the scout, so that's a bit disappointing. I was expecting a lot more, but oh well, it is what it is. So we now have a budget left of about £36 million to spend in this upcoming window. We got extra money from the Cenk Tosun deal, but of course 36 million, up to you guys to decide how we make improvements to this team. You guys can take a look at the team we have right now. Let me know in the comment section, where do you feel we need improvements? Maybe a midfielder, maybe a centre back. It's up to you guys to decide that. And that, guys, is it for the first episode of this Everton Career Mode series. I know this is a bit of a fast-paced series, but that's what it's meant to be. Just to get through as many seasons as possible with Everton making a lot of progress and just having some fun developing players and hopefully winning titles. Hopefully you guys are excited for this series. Drop a like, subscribe, and I will see you guys very soon with another episode.